All right, we're here. And so to get my drank on, as they say. Just kidding. It's no booze. It's just a sody pop. No big deal. Everyone's having a good laugh about a frog that maybe one day I get if my Patreon goes high enough. Workers' compensation. Did I just drop something? I did. I dropped something very important to me. Sign of life active. Or is it just white? Can I go in? Okay. Okay. Please reconnect the controller. That's weird. That was very odd. And these batteries are new. I swapped controllers because it was a little bit wonky, as they say. Frogs are 100% cannibals. I don't know. I'll have to sync up with Thomas for when we do Case West. So maybe I just start Dead Rising 3 immediately after this, even though it doesn't make logical sense to do that.
It's none of my business. But
what?
Nothing. Just
Uber casual, yeah, that's us. We have become the Ubermensch of casuals.
for her sake.
We just sit around and do nothing. Just sit around. And play casual games for casuals such as ourselves. So we got a while for Ticket to Ride, so I guess we just run do workers comp. Yeah. I'm kind of doing things in a weird order, but it's also like not super important. You actually have quite a bit of time in Dead Rising 2 to do stuff. Like we should be getting a call. About the time we do Ticket to Ride, we'll be getting a call about Antoine and stuff, so it's quite a bit of time to kill. What's that? Barn burner? Okay. I could just grab them on the way. Oh, right, there's also, yeah, that'll be Chuck the role model, that's what I thought. Now, am I prepared to deal with him? Well, I'll deal with the two easy people first, I think. Chuck Green is badass. Yeah, Chuck's pretty good. He pretty good. Fortune City boring compared to the mall. I mean, arguable. I think the problem with Fortune City is it's very one note. Like they have this overarching theme of the casino, and the casino theme just like eclipses everything. So it's just like let's look at the areas, right? So it's like Royal Flush has like a casino area here. Well, here I guess. It's like this is a casino. This is a food court. This is a casino. There's like a shopping area. This is a casino. There's like casinos all throughout here. It's like this is a hotel. It's like not finished. It's like casinos. So like the only real thing you have here is like casinos and food. And like there's occasionally like shopping stuff, but there's not like there was some stuff that was kind of cool about about the mall that kind of made sense too. Like there was like hardware stores and stuff. Once bitten. Oh man, I'm like so behind, I guess. Where are these guys? There we go. It all looks like a casino, cause it is. Like I just went over that. Oh man, I'm gonna kill him. We're just gonna kill him. Chunked him, yeah. He really, those subsequent attacks with the chair really nailed him. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna give him a booze, give him a booze-a-hole. Oh my god, he's just like... It's like no HP. We're gonna make him drunk, probably. Oh, he's fine. No, he's drunk for sure. If I give him one more, he'll probably puke. Okay, let's get what's her name and get back here. Whoa, heck! I mean, is it that surprising? We're continuing with Dead Rising 2. Where are we at? Yeah, she's in here. Give me that. Pretty sure it's here. Okay, never mind. Why am I so dumb? Where did my brain go? Oh, it's because it's over there. I was on the wrong side.
Let's go.
Back and have my sody pop and Oreos. Dude, nice. I haven't had Oreos in a long time. Are women allowed to use weapons in this game? Yes. She didn't take it because it's a combo weapon. No survivors will use combo weapons, which is kind of hilarious to think about. Oh my god, dude, you're just gonna die. Here, take another one. Just keeps like running in my way. Let's go over there. Go over there and get out of my way. Booba? Booba alert? At least the zoo I must have acknowledged. Wait, what? They're allowed to use weapons, but you're still deciding whether they can vote or not. Oh my god, you guys. Is it gonna turn into this again today? You know, I purged everyone. I used my presidential power to, whatever. I presidential pardoned everyone who I had previously banned. There will be no second chances. There will be no second chances. So everyone I previously banned yesterday was unbanned. And I will not extend that that courtesy again.
Hurry up. Keep moving.
Perhaps.
Keep close. Stick
What
with me.
happened last stream? I don't know. I banned like 5 people.
Keep it
It was a lot.
moving.
It was a disproportionate amount of people that I banned yesterday.
Stick to me.
I don't want to talk about it. You can probably ask people and ask them in Discord later, or I'll go into it later on Discord. I don't want to go into it while I'm streaming. Is there a timeout for the rest of the stream option? No, there's not. It's 5 minutes and it's 5 minutes and permanently. I still think we deserve some type of reward. Okay, Stuart. There probably should be like more options for timing people out. I think that would be good because It quite literally is just like, yeah, you got 5 minutes or permaban. Like, that's it. If I was president, would I make a cameo? No. I'd like to think that if I was president, I'd have more important things to do, you know? I watched half of like last night's stream. That doesn't surprise me. I probably should have too. Probably should have cut it early too. Oh boy. I don't know why it keeps just desyncing. That's weird. It's probably because the Xbox 360 version is just bad. I thought this was my better white controller, but I guess it's not if it's going to keep desyncing on me. Your reward is life. You've chosen death. Barn burner once bitten. Man. This one came up really early. I don't know why. Usually I don't get it. Or maybe I just do it later. Whatever. I can do it now. Wily's Travels is here.
Right on.
Yeah, there's a couple of people who shilled themselves. Some politics stuff. But yeah. Like... And part of it was like I started getting tilted, yeah, because everyone was just being rambunctious. So I started getting tilted. And then I probably went a little... I probably was too overreactionary. I had 2 Zombrex. Oh, right, I grabbed the one in the Yucatan. What was the other one from? Why do I have 2? Where would I have gotten the other one? One's from the top of the Yucatan. Legitimately don't know. Censorship isn't cool. For fuck's sake. Yeah, censorship totally uncool. Understandable. Have a nice day. Is it like a party place, dude? It's talking about being based in Red Pill, yeah. I'm sure he was just memeing, but I'm not gonna just like assume someone's memeing. Oh, I went down the wrong one. No, whatever. This guide sucks. Watch mine instead. God damn it. Having 2 Zombrex got me rickrolled. I'm just trying to think where I got the other one from. Like, did I grab another free one? I know I got the one from the Yucatan. What would the other one have been? I legitimately don't know. I didn't buy one. I don't have the thing. Oh, it's... Oh, I know why. I did the jumping from the barbecue shack. It was from the thing. Based on what? Yeah, there's one in the backstage of the BB concert. I got, like, when you go to the barbecue shack in the, whatever, it's not Slot Ranch, it's the other one. You go to the Americana and you jump from the lights. That's the one I got. I just forgot. Dead Rising 2 is easier than 1. Yes. Yes, it is. Let's save here, I guess. Probably don't need anything for what's his name. What did he say? God damn it! What's all this stupid happening? Oh, that was probably unnecessary, but because that is 100% memeing, but it's fine. No one likes an assumer. Yeah, 7-Day Survivor stream started shilling his dumb. The thing, okay, so the thing about that guy's guide is it's like not even a guide. It's like real time. It's just like a recorded him in real time, and it's like no commentary. There's like nothing. It's just like, what? Feels bad. No, feels mediocre, man. Feels banned, man, more like. What's next? The nerds! The nerds! Let's go rescue some nerds. Some turbo nerds. They have transcended past simple nerds. They have became turbo nerd. If we grab Trixie Lane, they'll auto-join, so... That in order to make a super BFG, you can only get it on the one spot in the basement. Yeah, you gotta go to the tunnels. Remember when I got Dead Rising 2 off the record, I would have a guide playing in the background so I knew what I was doing. Cool. Is this in game or did a YouTuber do that? I just got here. I don't know what you're asking. What did I miss? We rescued a small handful of survivors. We pretty much just started. We've only been playing for like 17 minutes. We almost killed Stuart. We almost killed Stuart. Yeah, I can ditch these. Yeah, whatever. What do we make? Painkiller? I think vodka's painkiller, isn't it? A very cool Chuck. Very cool. Huh, gasoline. I didn't realize there was gasoline in here. Cool. That's what I call a cool story. Yeah, let's make 2. Why not? It's a party after all. The guide thing. Some guy on Twitch did it like a long time ago. It was like over a year ago, I think. Whenever I did 7 Day Survivor. And he was on Twitch, not on YouTube. Not that it really makes any difference. Yeah, so... This 360 version is so... It feels so unresponsive compared to the PS5 one. Do you think Capcom will make another Dead Rising? Not for a while. Hopefully not for a while. It's just better to let sleeping dogs lie. Let it sit for a few years and then they can come back later. Hopefully not. Well, you know. It's an IP that is reasonably recognizable, so I think you gotta think like corporate strategy, right? And when you think corporate strategy, you gotta be like, there is, like, Dead Rising is a pretty recognizable IP. And I would imagine that the remasters probably sold reasonably well. Right? I'd imagine the remasters sold pretty well. So they're probably like, well, the remasters sold pretty well, but Dead Rising 4 was obviously a disappointment to, like, everybody. I mean, I can't fathom why you'd even like it, but on the off chance you liked it, you probably have to admit that it was, like, insanely buggy and glitchy. So anyways, corporate strategy is probably like, well, let's just sit on it for a little while. And then once things calm down a bit, we can start development of a new game and, like, reboot it. Is my guess of what they're gonna do. Dude, what the hell? Dead Rising 1 on mobile was trash. It wasn't even the same game, dude.
Go.
Sleeping Dogs is finished. Oh my god.
Anybody home?
Sleeping Dog, like saying letting sleeping dogs lie is not talking about Sleeping Dogs, the game. It's different. It's different. Crap. No, I want to get rid of this thing. Take this axe. I'm going to ask you a question. If they did, it would be a real Dead Rising. If I get Dead Rising on PC, will it still crash? No, probably not. I mean, my experience with PC Dead Rising has been mixed. But it's mostly been mixed because there's like a glitch with like the story where Brad's torso can disappear. But I haven't actually had it crash. It's just that Brad, his torso left. I don't think Dead Rising 4 is a terrible game. I was just disappointed. I don't get that perspective. How you could be, like, disappointed. I was planning to edit, but I might use this as an opportunity to test my new capture card. Nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, if I buy something new, I'm probably going to test it out. So, like, if I had gotten a new capture card, I would probably mess around with it, too. And see how it works and stuff. I mean, obviously you didn't open the thing the other thing you got, but you could totally play it on. I mean, PS4 is region free, so you should be able to play it, right?
Keep close.
Everybody, get in here. Is Snoozing Hounds any good? I've never heard anything about it. Max played it, actually, oddly enough. Max was playing it a little bit. It looked fine. It looks basically like Grand Theft Auto. So if you're a GTA fanboy, it's probably fine. Oh my god, just... Nice barricade, idiots! Nice sodas. They're mine now. Ooh. How did you guys get here? Whoa, dude, he's got a babe with him! He got a babe! I take to John, the alpha nerd. Came to meet girls. Whoa! Holy shit, there's a babe! Teach us how to be a stud like you. It takes years of mastery. Okay.
Still there?
Years of mastering.
Follow me. Stick to me.
How many people do I have with me right now, actually? Is there anyone else I can get? No. Well, technically one. Just go straight up murdering people. Get away from my nerds! Prove your worth. Hey, what the hell, John? Take this axe.
Keep moving.
Take this axe. Oh shit, babe alert. Yeah, exactly, dude. They came here to meet girls. They found them. They found one. Exactly one, and that was enough. No, a Japanese copy, and from what I understand, it has English option. I don't want to take the risk. Yeah, I'm the same way. Even just from like a collection standpoint of like, I would prefer to have the English copy in my collection.
This way.
Even though I got the Spanish version of whatever, Trials of Mana. I think it was the Spanish version. It's either that or it's like the American version, because the Canadian version should have English and French.
Keep it moving.
And I would assume. Wait, what's Curtis doing? Did you get snatched? Oh my god, he did. From downtown. I saved him. I saved him. Sniper scope. Step 1, put the board down. Alone in the Dark will show up someday, yeah. If not, I'll just I'll just mail my copy to somebody else. So there's a difference between your fantasy and the real thing. What are you talking about? Women? No, dude. Women is exactly like my animes. Okay? That's how it works. It's just like anime, and you can't tell me otherwise. I mean, I could technically bring a bunch of guys into the fight, but... God damn it, Trixie Lynn. I should never have given you that axe. It's my... oh yeah, the P.O. box. I know, kind of interesting that a lot of you guys have P.O. boxes. Just one of those things I never really thought about. I guess I probably should technically get a P.O. box if you guys are gonna send me stuff, because it's like whatever. I don't know. You guys already know my address. Some of you at least. Some of the people that I've deemed trustworthy have. Killer 7 gave me the best advice. Women are all the same. Wait, what? If you ever mail it, Wes, please let me make another copy paste for it. Wait, what did you do? Copy paste for what? Alone in the Dark? Well, it's more like I probably won't get to it for a while, and if Rick wants to play it, I may as well just send him my copy, because it's... Dave... Dave will forever be known as the guy who lost our copy. Our collective copy. So we'll just have to pretend it doesn't have... We'll do some revisionist history around. Where it's like, oh yeah. Say, wow, the plate launcher is very effective. Yes, the plate launcher is actually pretty good. The problem with the plate launcher is it's difficult to just like make on the fly. You kind of have to go to a few different places. Okay. We made this for a reason. And you guys just don't get it, okay? You just don't get it. All my nerds just don't understand what I'm trying to do here. Holy hell, can you get out of the way? Just go over there. All of you. Ay, ay, ay. These things are like so annoying to use. You know, come back. Let's go. It's my fault. And honestly, having a P.O. box is the proper thing to do. I messed up. I'm just saying, like, I think... who knows my address? I think it's like Bob Wiggle. Dave Thomas. I probably should have an actual P.O. box, but whatever. It's one of those things. Like, we don't get... I don't get sent enough stuff to justify the existence of a P.O. box. Like, there's no reason for me to pay for it. If I ended up getting sent, like, a lot of stuff from, like, a lot of people, yeah, I'd probably get a P.O. box.
Keep moving.
How to grow a Twitch channel. Ban all moderators. 2. Ban yourself. That wasn't very funny. I was the guy in the Discord who made that stupid writing about Alone in the Dark. I mean, that was probably a long time ago, so I don't remember. Sorry. No, I have been around women of all altitudes. Oh, attitudes, races, and backgrounds, and trust me, there is a difference. I was joking, man.
Stay close.
I was kidding. Apparently I can't joke around anymore. Not allowed to joke around. Forgot ban the audience, yeah, exactly. The most important thing of all. Ban your audience. Do you like Dead Rising 3? Not really. I'd probably pick several other games over it. If it was about Alone in the Dark, then it was probably mean. What? Oh, it was probably me. Yeah, Bob. Bob and his Alone in the Dark. Whatever. I'll sign it. I have my car. What's the closest post office? Then I have to wear a mask. I have to hashtag wear a mask. I could go do it. I have to mail. Technically, I have to mail Dave a package too. We'll see. It might be a while. There's obviously no rush. When did you even send it, Dave? Was it like? It was obviously like last year some point. Was that with Elrod's teeth? He's supposed to be like a hillbilly. A very neutral topic. Jokes offend people, and that's not PC, so it's illegal. Not true. Untrue. I mean, you basically just have to know your audience, right? You can make edgy jokes, but you have to have an audience that's gonna accept it, right? That's what me and the boys call time and a place. Man, this feels so crazy. Like, I feel like I'm just like... It should be, yeah, it tastes like chicken. I feel like I'm so behind. Did I miss any people? I mean, I guess I'll do what's his name. What could you possibly be sending me? You know what I'm sending you. Dave, you know. Look into your heart. Remember the 9 hours. I was also like gonna send you one other thing that I have a duplicate of. Sent around the time they sent you and Doomed your Christmas gifts. Okay. So it hasn't been lost for that long. Well, yeah, there's one thing I was gonna send you. And it's like, well, I have a duplicate of this. So I was like, since I have a duplicate, I may as well just send it to Dave, because I'm gonna play the 360 version instead of the PS2 version. I have another game. I have a couple games I have duplicates of, actually. Go, I have brain damage. I keep forgetting what the hell we talk about. Oh. Well, it's like... It's Trials of Mana. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Remember with Charlotte? Charlie? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's been like 3 months. Yeah, okay. I know it's a Lord of the Rings Collector's Edition. No, it's not. Dave hasn't seen any films, so that's another thing. It's Trials of Mana on PS4. Just gonna send Dave his copy back. Alright, it's over here. Dave sent me it as a nice little Christmas gift, and I already have it. So I just kept his seal, and I sent it. I'm gonna send it back to him. Just like, I was hoping that the pandemic would like die down, so I can like go to the, just like fearlessly go to the post office. But, well, no. I'll just send it out at some point. I'll figure out a time and I'll just go. I'll just like walk into town and like use the local post office. That sucks a lot. It's like way worse than the other one.
Now, my life has meaning again.
I heard a game that got lost in the mail. I got my money back, but it sucked to lose it. Yeah, I've had stuff sent to me like through eBay that got lost. Like it was like a PS1 game. What was it? It's like I think it's called Thousand Arms. It's supposed to be like a dating sim / RPG. But that was when I was collecting PS1 games. And like, this one's kind of rare and it's a good price. And then like they just lost it, and it's like, what? How did you do this? It's official rare merchandise now. Ultra casual, yeah, ultra casual. Trials of Mana. Woo woo woo. So casual, he walks from A to B. Pandemic thing ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, it should be over with. Like, I mean, honestly, it never should have gone on this long. Like, I will be the first guy to say, like, okay, we don't know what the hell this thing is. Yeah, sure. Let's figure it out. Let's take some time. Everyone take a step back and we'll figure it out. But now we basically, like, know what it is. We've got a lot of data on it. And we're still treating it like it's this insane thing that needs to be, like... We have to keep everything shut down for, like, over, like... it's been over a year now, almost. Which is, like... You know, you're destroying everything. Oh my god, Brandon. Leave me alone. Man, he's doing a lot of damage to me. I guess we have to chug this. Or not. He should be gone. No. So I just Scooby-Doo this. Just watch behind you. There he is. Yeah. He tried spinning. That's a good trick. Yeah, Thousand Arms Disc only is $95. I think I got it for like $50. But there's a couple of other games in the lot too, so I bought it in a lot. It was complete in box. It had all the stuff in it, and it was just like, seller's just like, yeah, it's gone. I'm like, what the I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, the U.S. started in 15th, yeah. Well, I mean, it's been all okay. So it's almost been a full year, is what I'm getting at. Catch Brandon in AI loop with the Defiler. Cool, man. What anime do you watch? I hate anime. I don't remember the last one I watched. So the dodge roll is just useless because jumping exists? Not useless. Definitely not as useful as it could be. Okay, I guess we do Ticket to Ride now.
Don't fall behind.
And it's gone. What's gone? Oh, my package? My package, and it's gone. Because it's just like, yeah, like how the hell do you lose it? How do you lose my package? I hate anime. I think that's the correct answer whenever someone asks you about anime. I hate anime. I can't stand it. Last anime I watched, I don't actually know. It was probably something that everyone said was good, and then I watched it, I'm like, this is so stupid. Or just like totally dropped the ball at the end. Something along those lines, you know. Oh, we got the combo card for the electric chair. Very cool. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I think people who like anime have extremely low standards. Is that fair to say? I feel like on some level it's kind of mean, but by the same ticket it's also fairly true. Is that people who like anime have like terrible standards.
Keep it moving.
About Monster City? Don't know anything about it. The only time you don't roll instead of jumping is the Chapter 5 boss fight. Who's that? What's Chapter 5? It's for nerds. You were taking a bunch of survivors and made them fight a psychopath.
Hurry up.
Yes, I have.
Follow me.
In fact, I showed it on stream. Last time I played Dead Rising 2, I took a group of survivors into
Let's go.
into Randy. It didn't end well.
Stick close. Come on. Keep moving.
Snipers. Oh. Yeah, the snipers? Yeah, sure. Chapter 5. The snipers are like probably the hardest part of this game. Only nerds watch anime. I just read manga. So almost worse. Like plenty of anime, but I find it hard to disagree that most of the fans likely have low standards. I think like the bar for anime is so fucking low. I'm not even gonna worry about swearing today. I've been better, and that's all that matters. The bar for anime is so insanely low in terms of like plot and like story that it's like when you actually like find like like here's the thing, right? I would almost like not even quantify like the good anime as anime, because they just like transcend the anime shell, and they're just good movies that happen to be like hand drawn or 3D or whatever. So like Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust is a good movie. Stuff like Paprika is a good movie. Akira is a good movie. The fact that it's quote-unquote anime is irrelevant to the discussion. Right? Like, this is the thing. But when you say, like, I'm watching anime, it's like, okay. You're looking at, like, the yearly releases of anime that are just, like bottom-of-the-barrel trash, lowest common denominator stuff, and all of it's garbage. Like, all of it's, like, stupid and bad. And if it's, like, battle anime, it's probably irredeemable garbage. It's just gonna be full of power creep nonsense and plots that don't make any sense. The Sea of Piss. You find some good things in it, but it's still a sea of piss, basically. Like Final Fantasy V, right? That is an anime game. Take a break. Did not go. Should have gone, didn't it? There you go. G.I. Joe is some good anime. G.I. Joe is not anime. Are you gonna be a Twitch streamer? No. I decoupled all my Twitch and other accounts. It's YouTube only. This is the way it's going to be. I just wonder what that woman is saying in the Dead Rising 1 Mall Music number 4 track. Don't know what you're talking about. It'd be fine if there was the occasional anime that went on forever, but it's so stupid how many of these go on for hundreds and hundreds of episodes without having a single while still having a single ongoing plot. Yeah. Listen, you know what the best thing about a story is that it ends. Best thing about a story is that it ends. Just having the same garbage go on for like a decade is not interesting. It gets insanely boring. It gets insanely boring, it gets convoluted, and it's not good. And so when it's like, yeah, One Piece has been going for 10 years, there's like 1,000 episodes. It's like, okay, dude. Literally, who cares? I'll watch like a 2-hour movie and have a better experience than watching like 800 episodes of filler. If only Kenny was here to tell us what is objectively anime. If only. If only Kenny was here to tell us what is and isn't anime. Yup, it's anime. The Walking Dead is like that, yeah, and what makes you think my opinion of The Walking Dead is any different? What would make you think any differently, okay? Walking Dead is also bad. Multiple things can be bad, you guys. I don't know if you know this. But multiple things can be bad. What about the ending of Game of Thrones? Bad. I haven't even seen it. I know it's bad. That's all I know about it, is that it's bad and people were mad about it. When you piss off like the entire fan base, you goofed it. Okay, you goofed it. So because it's trash, to you we have low standards. Yes. It's Seems like a lot of anime fans put up with like absolute nonsense over and over and over again. What about Michael Jackson? What about him? He's a good dancer, and he had some very, very good hits. The weird pedophilia stuff at the end was awkward and bad. And if it is true, which I don't know for sure if it is or isn't, then that's terrible. But then you have to ask yourself whether or not you can separate the artist from the art. And if you can, great. If not, then don't listen to Michael Jackson. I tend to look for anime and manga that are already finished. Ongoing for could be 20 or more chapters and a nice wrap up. Yeah. Could be 200 chapters where it keeps getting worse. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I don't like... So, my main problem is serialization, basically. Because serialization is going to prevent you from actually finishing your story. Because when you understand how this works, and this works for, like, Western TV, too. Once you understand how serialization goes... Where's the dynamite? There it is. Once you understand how serialization works, it completely changes your perspective on stuff. So all these artists, these manga artists in Japan, they are desperate, like literally desperate to get serialized, right? Because that means they'll have a steady income stream. Because they're taking on like this huge risk by making this series that might not even sell well. So what happens when you get serialized? Okay, you're probably published in like a weekly or monthly magazine, which means you're going to get a steady paycheck. And that steady paycheck is obviously super important to these people because their margins are super thin. But what ends up happening now is, now that you have that steady paycheck, why would you end your story? Right? Why would you end your story now? You fought so hard to get to this point where you can keep going, and you found something that people like and that they want to see, so why would you end it? The gravy train will just keep flowing as long as you keep pushing out this thing. So that's why you have all these stories never ending, because they just keep going and going and going and going and going. Because like, oh, we'll just add another arc. We'll do another thing. We'll introduce someone who's more powerful. We'll introduce some new thing. And that's awful. Because it just keeps making the world worse and worse and worse, and the story worse and worse and worse and more diluted. And you never actually end it. So that's why it's way better to like design your series as like a set number of episodes or a set number of seasons or whatever it is, and then just end it, because then it's over. And people can move on to new creative things instead of just lingering on this thing that's been dead in the water for years. And like I said, TV's the same way. How many times have you watched a TV show get run into the ground? Honestly. Like, how many times have you watched your favorite TV show just, like, get canceled after, like, a terrible last season that didn't need to exist? Bleach 366, Naruto 220, One Piece 961, Walking Dead 147. Meanwhile, Breaking Bad ended at 62 episodes, and it's a shocker, a good show. Yeah, and you know what? Breaking Bad also had an entire extra season of garbage, you know? Granted, has continued with Better Call Saul at 50 episodes so far, but at least it had to restart with its own unique narrative. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my taxes. Actually, I should do mine soon. I think I have to have them done by April. Not a bad decision. Get it out of the way, yeah. Why would you end your story? Blame the fan base. Stop paying attention to the series and it would go away. None of what you said is anime specific, though. I literally have been saying this whole time that it's not specific to anime. It's just a big problem in anime. Community's a good example. Yeah, Community kept going, and it just, like, ran it into the ground. Community is also, like, a really good example, because you ended up losing a bunch of characters. Like, whatever, what's his name? Chevy Chase left.
Thanks for the ride.
And I think a couple of other people left. So, like, you have this, like, you're losing, like, your cast, and then you're having to introduce, like, new characters. It's just, like, not gonna work. Yeah, Attack on Titan seems like a good idea where it's going, and it's been thought about most of the time, at least. I mean, maybe. I mean, you can have a series that's long, that, like, still actually tells the story. Like, whatever. Fucking Full Metal Alchemist was good. Because most of this, like, there was very little filler. And most of the stuff was all about progressing the plot. It wasn't, like, totally, like, we're going at, like, a breakneck speed. And it wasn't, like, super long, but at least, like, told a good story and knew where it was going. And then it ended. What a shocker. It actually ended. But that's something you could very easily have kept going for a very long time. And they chose to end it. Look how long Supernatural went, yeah. Oh my god. Breaking Bad had a whole season of garbage. Why do you hurt me? Dude. I think it's pretty common consensus that Breaking Bad took a downtick as soon as the last season came around. But you're literally giving anime all the shit for something that's literally applicable to everything, and also... Have you been listening to what I'm saying? I just said, it's bad for TV shows too. It's bad for everything. It's bad in comics. Like, the Walking Dead comic went on way too long. It applies to everything. It's just a huge problem in anime more than anything else. Long story, there's a good anime monster. Don't know about that. I've never heard of it. Perfect example is Avatar. The first series had a planned story and it happened and then ended. Yes, exactly. Avatar was designed... Avatar The Last Airbender was designed to be 3 seasons. And it shows. And it shows that there was a lot of care and thought put into, like, almost every episode. There's a little bit of filler, but, like, almost every episode was really important. And it makes the series really easy to watch because, hey, we're not just flooded out with garbage. The stakes don't keep changing. It is what it is. We have this end goal from the start of the series to the very end. And then it's over. And sure, there might have been like a bit of a cop-out ending at the end. But that stuff's really good. It's good when that happens. And I think and I honestly think that that's the future, okay? You can screenshot this, whatever. That's the future of media. It's going to be planning things out well in advance, having a really tight narrative, and then ending your story on a good note. Because people are going to look at stuff like Game of Thrones that had a terrible ending. And one of the problems with Game of Thrones is, like, you had the books as a guide, and once they ran out of books is when the shit hit the fan, apparently. Anime has these issues, but it's also easy to point out in an anime since it examples like One Piece and Bleach and Naruto. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's in everything, right? This is like TV. Like I said, TV's no different, right? You get a serialized TV show on TV, you're gonna milk it into the ground. Good job using that handgun. No, it wasn't a handgun, was it? That was a Merc assault rifle. Liked it a lot myself, but I will say Gus Fring carried the show on his shoulders. Yeah, there was a lot of tension with Gus, right? And then Gus is gone, and it's like, okay, what now? And I think partly the Breaking Bad staff kind of writing themselves into a hole. Because the situation with Gus was quite literally like the perfect scenario for Walter. It's like he basically is doing like a 9 to 5, you know? It was basically like him doing a 9 to 5 in like a very safe environment. Like he didn't need to worry about anything. And oddly enough, that doesn't make for a compelling story. So what do you have to do? You got to get rid of Gus. You got to make Walter do like completely irrational things. I'm not going to say they did it terribly, but there is definitely like clear, uh-oh, we've made a mistake. What do we do now? Type vibes. It's like 10 seasons of Supernatural since I was bedridden, man. And man, that show just got bad. Yeah, it's not surprising either though. Like you gotta just end it. You gotta end your story. And there's nothing wrong with ending your story. It's like natural for all things to end. Okay, like imagine if Lord of the Rings just went on for like 8 more movies. It would be trash. It would go from being this amazing thing to terrible. Maybe, but he's not wrong, and I respect that he has a passionate opinion. Wait, what's going on? I'll concede that point, but I think Wes is going hard on a subjective topic. No. I don't think so. I think you'll find a lot of people dislike when something goes on for a very long time. Makes the barrier to entry basically impossible. Like, look at... Like if I wanted to get into Naruto, we'll use Naruto because I know Max loves Naruto. Okay. If I wanted to get into Naruto, what do I have to watch? Like, Dave said Naruto is like 360 episodes or whatever. But I doubt that includes Naruto Shippuden, which is like the time skip Naruto. So I have my extreme doubts that I have my extreme doubts that it's 300 episodes. It's probably closer to like 600 plus. And then there's going to be a bunch of movies and shit on top of that. So the barrier to entry is high. If you tell someone to watch 4 seasons of a TV show, there's a barrier to entry there. Because they might not want to watch 4 seasons of a TV show to catch up. But if you're telling somebody to watch like 800 episodes of something, like, holy hell, dude. Mike is fantastic. Wait, what? Who's Mike? Oh, yeah, Mike is one of the better characters in Breaking Bad, for sure. Yeah, because the Dead Soul's a masterpiece, or just another anime crossover goes wrong with no future. Honestly, thanks. Don't know. Haven't played it. It looked kind of funny. I guess if it's like, if you like Yakuza and you're happy playing a crossover that's zombie-based, that's probably fine. Either end a good show or or let it live long enough to become fan fiction. Basically, yes. Basically, yes. You may be told I have low standards because I want to watch something like Naruto, which has huge flaws, but I still enjoyed it. It's a subjective thing. He thinks it is, I don't. When did I say you had low standards? I said most anime fans have low standards. If you want to project yourself into that, that's fine, but it was not targeted at anyone specifically. My thought process was more like the people who just consume. They're just like, oh, this is like the seasonal anime, we're gonna watch it. With no thought or reason, they're just gonna watch bad anime that comes out every month, or every season. That was my thought process. If you like Naruto, you like Naruto, like who fucking cares? Walking Dead is a show that went on too long, yes, and the comic went on far too long too. The deli manager at my store took 3 days off work because Supernatural ended. That's hilarious. You fought Leon yet? Yes, I killed him last stream. About his reason why he feels that way. if things he's saying are factually accurate, then it's what it is. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to, like, yeah, you can like whatever you want. I personally think Naruto's trash because of the reasons I stated above, and I'll never watch it. I know Max loves Naruto. I think Max loves Naruto. You know what? I think Max is probably gonna agree with me on this, actually. But I think Max loves Naruto on, like, a conceptual level. But in practice, he thinks it's probably full of filler garbage, too. Quote me on this, Max. Back me up. Anime actually has a lot of filler. It's a gripe I have with the genre. Yeah, exactly. See? That's the problem. It's like, it's a problem mostly with anime. I'm not gonna sit here and say it doesn't have, like, there's not filler episodes for everything. Like, whatever. What's that? There's, like, that really famous episode of Breaking Bad. It's like The Fly or whatever. That is, like, a 100% skippable filler episode. It doesn't progress the plot at all. They literally made it because they had an obligation to put out however many episodes that season. And they were already over budget. So they shot it in one location in probably, like, a day. And that's why you get episodes like that. Now here, Max is gonna back me up. I love how Naruto started. I love certain fights and arcs in Naruto, but my god, does it drag its feet. See? See? I mean, it's horrible. I just like watching the fights. So you should be agreeing with me. Like, you should not accept terrible stuff in anime. Like, you could make an anime that is not full of filler garbage. But it keeps happening. Like, why would you allow yourself, like, it's like letting yourself, I don't know how to describe this without being like really crass. Like, why would you accept something, like, if someone shit on your dinner, you're like, well, I like steak, but there's a piece of shit on it, so I guess, you know, I just have to eat the steak. I guess I'll just eat around it. You know, you'd be like, no, thank you. Take this back. And then you'd go find something else. And that's the problem, right? People just put up with this garbage constantly, so it becomes the norm. Like, if everyone who liked anime was like, yeah, this anime sucks and I'm not gonna watch it because there's like 400 episodes of filler garbage, do you think the industry might change? Do you think that might be possible? Food analogy, I know, I'm sorry. I do it for free. Wait, what? The Fly is like, yeah, but I use The Fly because it's like the quintessential, like, filler garbage episode. Max is a paid actor. Yeah, Max is doing it for free. In fact, I think Max might be paying for acting lessons. There's a YouTube video called The King of Retcons, which goes into a lot of faults of the show. Wait, what show is this? Oh, Naruto?
Keep it moving. Keep close.
Next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is full of it too. Like, it's a meme that fights go on for like 50 episodes of people powering up or whatever. And it's not wrong. Strip the filler out. There was something there. I never even watched the filler. See, that's what's frustrating about you getting mad at me for telling you that this is a problem. But then you're just like, lol, I only watched the fights. So you didn't put up with any of the garbage. But you're like, yeah, I love Naruto. It's like, you didn't watch all of it. You intentionally dodged the garbage that I'm talking about. Fuck, dude. A friend who likes Naruto explained that the large amount of episodes gave him a lot of content to watch. Maybe, but if the content's bad, it's not worth watching. I think a better comparison is adding buttercream and sprinkles to a cake. Most cakes have buttercream on them, though. I watched seasons of filler as a kid before I realized it was filler. It kind of broke me on the series once I was told that filler anime was a thing. But this is the thing, is like, you don't need filler. You don't need filler. Like, if you have a really tight story without filler, it will be infinitely better than than a story that is just as good but has filler in it. Right? Filler adds nothing to the content. Stockholm Syndrome. There's parts of Naruto and Bleach I like, but I know parts of it I hate. I don't need to like every part of it. Also, Destiny 2, I like the game, but I hate the way it's going. That's fair. But I'm just saying I don't have the tolerance for that kind of stuff anymore. I'm not going to put up with 50 episodes of filler even if I like the series. I'm just going to drop the series because it's like, yeah, this is garbage. Plot's not going anywhere. $20 frog? What? Hang on a second. Don't spoil the secrets. $20 frog, $20,000 shipping. Well, if Sigurd's watching, you can't actually ship animals out of Australia. I looked it up. Max is an unpaid intern. Isn't even my final form exactly. Fly is an excellent example of unnecessary random ass filler garbage. I didn't hate it, but it's so unnecessary. So when I first watched Breaking Bad, I didn't know about it. I'm just like, what is this episode? And I just sat there and I like watched the whole thing. I'm like that. I was literally like, that was pointless. Urgent. It's like 3 hours from now. I was literally like, yeah, like this is like I basically felt like they kicked me in the dick, right? It was like they're just jerking you around because it's got nothing to do with the story. And like you can do filler well. Like if you need to have like an episode like The Fly, if you need to have an episode like The Fly that's like slower paced or only shot in one location, you can use it to build characters. But with The Fly, they like don't do anything. What are we looking at? Let's do industrial. Never mind. We'll do Rock Heroes first. We'll do Rock Heroes, then head down and grab the other two, and then leave. Quality over quantity. How hard is this to understand exactly? I mean, you can technically have both, but I would take 6 episodes that are really well made and concise and gets to the point, than 12 episodes where you're dicking me around. I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood just about amount of filler to be bearable. Yeah, I mean, you could probably cut out quite a bit of Brotherhood in like retrospect. You could probably easily cut out like a very large portion of it. But a lot of it is moving the plot forward or doing something with the characters, so it's not like terrible. The problem with a lot of like filler, especially in anime, is that it just doesn't do anything. You'll literally introduce a bunch of like non-characters who you'll never see again, so their arcs don't matter. Their stories don't matter. They're just like new character. You'll introduce some like new antagonist who doesn't matter, and it's just like totally unimportant to anything, and you'll just basically put the main story on hold to go do some random crap. I watched all the stuff that was canon, as it were. I watched it for the fights, but didn't skip the relevant content. But yes, I do get where you're coming from now. Yeah, well, it's like, if you, like, I think Naruto does this. It's just like, you just end a chapter. And then instead of, like, doing something that would be logical, they just go off to some, like, random place and do some random arc that doesn't matter because they don't want to catch up to the manga too fast. You know? Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about that's garbage. And that's the kind of stuff that I think people have low standards for accepting. Because I don't think I've heard anyone praise the filler. They either ignore it, and like, there are legitimately like episode watch lists where it's like, yes, you can skip these episodes. And if you watched the main story, you probably used one of those. No filler would be great, but they used to have a few episodes of filler to establish world building. But if it's important and it's like early on, I wouldn't consider it filler. Filler is once you've established everything, and you know where everything's going, you know where the plot needs to go. That's when it's filler. Because people are just going to be like, you're basically just like holding the main story hostage so you can fill contractual obligations of episodes. That's what filler is. Is that more accurate? It's all trash. Yeah, that's the problem with filler, is it puts the main plot on hold. Like, God damn it, can you just show me what happens next instead of beach day? Yeah. Well, the beach day stuff is 100% for, that's for the Blu-ray release. So they can have the uncensored beach day scene. That's what that's for. I think multiple seasons. Wait, what? Wasn't there a whole season that was just filler in Naruto? Yeah, I think Max is right. I think it was like multiple seasons of filler. Trying to do 7 Days Survive, and I'm on day 3, and Carlito almost killed me, so I took cover to heal, and I turned around, and he died to a zombie, so I didn't get the loot. Cool. You don't need to kill Carlito. Just resort to mall food, or find some other survivor. Where's the drummer? Fake band. Cool. Don't spam all caps. A Booba episode, basically. What do you think of Capcom if they were still working to if they were still working to redeem the series?
Let's go.
What do you think Capcom if they were still working on to redeem the series? They're not probably doing anything with it right now. If they were gonna do anything, it would be sit on it and then like reboot the whole thing. Like hard reboot. Half of original Naruto is filler, and it all takes place in between 2 chapters. So like half of Naruto is filler. That's terrible. That's actually horrible. Oh, you Discord boys always make me laugh. Okay, what are we doing? Rescuing Willa or whatever? Terry and Willa. Is she on the ground? Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Literally made me stop caring about Naruto. Thank God you have standards. What a shocker. When people don't put up with stuff, it's a good thing. When people don't put up with being dicked over for the sake of contractual obligations for episodes, you got standards. Congratulations. Where are we going? This way.
This way. Keep moving.
What if Paul W.S. Anderson directed a Dead Rising movie? It would probably be shit, just like the Resident Evil movies. And I'm sure, I haven't seen it, but I guarantee you that there's nothing there for the Monster Hunter movie. I'll tell you that much. If it's directed by that guy and it's got Mila, it's probably trash. His wife would play Fran West. That's hilarious. No, it wouldn't be Frank. No, she wouldn't play Fran West. She would play some Mary Sue character, and then they'd shoehorn in all the other characters into the show. That's what would happen. Because what is it? Who does she play? She plays Alice or whatever in the Resident Evil movies. She plays Alice. Who is... That's not what I wanted. I thought there was food around here. She plays Alice. Who is not Jill or Claire or any of those people. It's the best way back. This doesn't really matter. Let's go this way.
Keep close. Stick close. Move
I
it.
dropped somewhere after the Orochimaru arc and the dude with the white hair and glasses. I don't know who that is.
Still there?
I've literally only watched
Don't fall behind.
the AMV Max Lost to the Ages. It's the only Naruto I've ever seen.
Keep moving. Faster. Hurry up.
I'm not hyped for Dead Rising 5, I'm hyped for Dead Rising 69. I gave you a second chance.
Move it. Still there?
Bans are permanent now, sorry, Chief.
Keep it moving.
The Monster Hunter movie is 100% fan service and 0% actual movie.
Keep going.
I mean, the funny thing about like those guys is just like their movies have been profitable. At the very least, they've turned a profit, but it just like they're not anything like the IP is supposed to be, which is so crazy. Remember when Resident Evil was just a video game back in my day? Just make our own Dead Rising. You know, you're free to do whatever you want. Can't call it Dead Rising, but nothing's stopping you from making a game about zombies in the in a mall. Yeah, Frank and Chuck would be in it entirely useless. Generic action hero, generic action actor. I guess Diablos looks great. Eh. Whatever.
Come on.
I don't care.
Stay close. Faster.
I like Monster Hunter is not something that has a plot. Like Monster Hunter plots are very generalistic. It's like, oh,
Don't fall behind.
this one giant monster is terrorizing our little town. Will you kill it? Okay.
Move it.
It's basically all the Monster Hunter plots for like all the games. It's not very deep. It's just an excuse for you to hunt a bunch of monsters, which is totally fine. But when you have a movie, you kind of need a plot. That's just kind of how that works, you know? It's almost like the most important thing about the movie is your plot. And when you don't have that, you know, it's a little bit of a problem. Sorry, movies did my girl dirty. I wonder how you have the patience to edit a 1-hour video. Your mental is out of this game. And you just do it. You know, you just make it happen over the course of however long it takes. I'm not playing Dead Rising 2, but man, I need a co-op partner for all the co-op cases playthrough in TAR. Yeah, well, what I would probably do is when I write the guide is I'll just be like, yeah, when it's time to do a case, summon a co-op partner. It's like how it is. You could play the whole game in co-op if you wanted, but
Faster.
I think some stuff's going to be easier single player just because you don't have to deal with your co-op partner. Unless your co-op partner is like on 100% the same page as you and they know what they're doing, then like it'd be easier to do it solo and then just pull your partner in for the cases.
Follow me.
Well, unless the new trend of patenting literal game mechanics solidifies, well,
Keep moving. Move it.
the Nemesis system,
Keep it moving. Let's go.
everyone's mad about that, but like literally who cares?
Don't fall behind.
I'm sure the patent is for like the Nemesis system in like a very specific context.
Move it.
And it definitely is not like Shadow Mordor games aren't very good. I'll put it that way. Especially being backed by EA or whoever it is Ubisoft, like putting in a bunch of like loot boxes and shit in single player games, they can go to hell and stay there. How much time do we have? I've got an hour. Nintendo, yeah, Nintendo I think Nintendo tried back in the day. Nobody cares about the Nemesis system, exactly. Everyone cares about the precedents this sets, yeah, but I wouldn't think much is gonna come of it, honestly. What do you think of pineapple on pizza? I'm fine with it. I like a good Hawaiian pizza. Dead Rising, except it's like IKEA. It's called Cadaver Rousing, which follows Fred East. Sure. What is a harder 100%? Dead Rising 1 or Dead Rising 2? One has some shit but no multiplayer trophies. Dead Rising 1's trophies actually feel a little more trophy worthy. A lot of Dead Rising 2's trophies are stupid and grindy and dumb. Like, use every weapon has no skill involved. It's just you going through a checklist. And I would argue that that's almost more tedious than doing 7 Day Survivor. And yeah, like, it's basically not feasible to do anymore. Do you have anything up still? We'll do that later. I'll do it after Boomtown. You basically can't do the Terror's reality trophies anymore feasibly. You'd have to collude. But I think those would inherently be more difficult because they're... It requires you to win every game at least once. Which inherently puts it as like a competition-based thing, which makes it more difficult than probably anything single-player in Dead Rising 1. Because in Dead Rising 1, you can just save and try again. When you're doing a multiplayer game, you actually have to beat other people. So that's going to make it inherently more difficult, I think, alone. If WB can patent a game mechanic, it's just a flood of patents waiting to happen. I know, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm pretty sure Namco patented the idea of a game in a loading screen already. So I'm pretty sure nobody else can do that. Where it's like, I think you could play like Pac-Man in the loading screen of like some of the Namco games. I'm pretty sure they patented that so no one else can do it. I'm pretty sure it already exists. So like, listen, I think you guys are a little doom and gloom on that. I agree with you that it's a bad thing. But I think going forward, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Dead Rising 2 100% harder. Game, same thing happened with Fast and Furious movies. New one is coming and it doesn't even look like how it started. The fans really have low standards. I mean, that's different. I wouldn't say the Fast and the Furious movies were ever highbrow. But I agree that it did get dumber and more action-packed as time went on. But if you're looking to just, like, kill some time with a dumb popcorn action movie, then, like, Fast and the Furious is fine. You're probably thinking, oh, I'm a hypocrite now, but it's like there's a difference between an hour and a half of mindless movie fun and an hour and a half of bullshit filler that doesn't matter. Or not an hour and a half, but like a whole season of filler that doesn't matter. Pineapple on pizza is good. Hard to find a bad pizza. Ham, pineapple, and barbecue sauce, simple as, yeah. I don't think I can even get the Dead Rising 2 Platinum because of Terra's reality. Well, you'd have to find people to play with, and then you have to beat them. So yeah, it's going to be not easy. They did. 1996, it ran out in 2016. Is that the Namco one? The in-game loading patent lapsed recently. That's what I heard. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm just... Oh, I didn't do this. I forgot I rescued the tiger. I love me a Zaw right now. I think I had some earlier. Left over from yesterday. I'm the opposite. The dumber the faster movies get, the better. I mean, like I said, they didn't start off particularly highbrow. Like, it was like dumb racing action. It was just like more basic racing. I wouldn't think too much of it. And like I said, I don't think I've seen that many of them anyways. But I understand that they're just dumb action movies, and that's what they're meant to be. Like, dumb, stupid entertainment. I'm a game dev. This stuff can make or break my livelihood and joy in my profession. I can see that, but like, what were you trying to make a nemesis system for your game? Like, I think there's gonna be some things that are like unpatentable. Like, you're not gonna be able to like patent a game mechanic like wall jumping. The nemesis system is like oddly specific to Shadow of Mordor. And I personally don't even think it works that well, because, for one, the idea of Uruk-hai coming back to life just pisses me off, for one. So I think it was dumb to begin with. But, you know, whatever. You're not going to be, like, there's going to be a bunch of stuff that you just can't patent. So I wouldn't be overly concerned. Also, I could circle jerk for a second. Your guides are the best, Chief. Literally set the bar with your Dead Rising guides. Thanks, man. Hey, you're welcome. Race cars on submarines, let's go. Very cool. Next case will occur at 10 a.m. Okay, let's save. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's see. What do I have to do? Tastes like chicken, one man's trash. So I don't know exactly when those girls spawn, but it's probably around now. I'll check on the way to Taste Like Chicken. Wouldn't necessarily call myself dooming and glooming, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. I get that it's something you can be concerned about, but I don't think it would... I don't think a lot of companies are going to be pursuing patents. It's probably not worth the effort. Tokyo Drift is great. Last of those was more serious. Yeah, Tokyo Drift tried to have more of a character-centric plot. It also had new characters, which is... You know... Like, I'll say it... Like, the cast of Fast and the Furious is getting pretty bloated, let's put it that way. It used to be pretty tight, but then it's like, oh, let's just have The Rock. Well, it's kind of going like the Expendables route, almost, you know? Fast 7 is legitimately fun to watch. It's stupid, but The Rock handles a minigun, yeah. Like, it's getting to be like the Expendables, basically. It's Chinese New Year's Eve, so we got a lot of barbecue pork and chicken to eat. That's pretty cool. Patented the general idea of such a system. So what does it contain? Is it like the idea that you have like a stat tracking or something? I'll have to look into it. I haven't looked into it, but if it's just like... You can't patent the idea of like a rival character or like multiple rival characters, so... I'd be very interested to see how that would work, like what the patent actually says, and how they would enforce it. Glad you like the guide. Now we have to try and get him to stop making them. Yeah, wouldn't have to try very hard. Wouldn't have to try very hard at all. Telling you which of hundreds of mechanics is a no-no. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I wouldn't be concerned overly. Besides, if you're an indie dev, that's the whole thing, is you get to make exciting new mechanics that AAA studios wouldn't do. Thing is, most game mechanics are iterative, so you can just copy some other game's spin on it and probably be in the clear. Yes, probably. Why is Sven just sitting there? He just, you know. He needs to get you some free Zombrex. He already gave it to me. He gave my one free Zombrex to me. And not for Jared. Say Bethesda patents the idea of glory kills in Doom. Well, thing is, Doom took that from both MGR Zendatsu and 40k Space Marines kills, yeah. That's the thing, is like, there's so many things that it'd be very hard to pin it down on. No, they're not here. So I either missed them or they haven't spawned yet. It's okay. Can't patent a Ravel character. Imagine if the concept of Virgil was patented. That'd be pretty hilarious. Of course, it's wait and see. It's going to be extremely hard to log. Yeah, I agree with what Thomas is saying. It's like, basically it's like, okay, if a game mechanic has existed already, you can't patent it because someone else has already done it. So you wouldn't even be able to like acquire the patent because they'd be like, yeah, someone else has done this. And there's been so many game mechanics already that would be very hard for you to make something specific. When parasites die, we'll have to wait and see. Exactly. How does squishing a bug equals killing zombies? Don't know. What am I doing? Tastes like chicken? Why am I going this way then? Oh, whatever. I'll grab a knife gloves. You cannot make your characters cool now. They're very based. Your characters all have to be nerds. Yeah, I'll go to the Yucatan, actually. Now that I think about this more. And Capcom to make Dragon's Dogma 2? I'm sure a lot of people want Dragon's Dogma 2. Wolves hunt in packs, Arisen, or whatever the hell the quote is. I don't know. I don't know anything about Dragon's Dogma. That might actually be something to put on the list now that I think about it, but it's also, I'm pretty sure Dragon's Dogma is super long, so I don't want to subject everyone to that. Do I want to make a laser sword? I mean, I guess I can. Do I need the leadership magazine? I guess it doesn't really matter. What? Oh. Put it on. Bethesda's patented bugs as a feature. That's hilarious. Now that's a good joke. We have so many. Every bug is patented. Every single one. God, yes, please. The kind hates ice and fire both. Even in numbers, a weakling is a weakling still. No, it's Dragon's Catda. Dragon's Catma. I see. Strength in numbers Arisen, yeah. It's like Dead Rising after your first playthrough, the rest is easy. Yeah, well, I've never played it. Well, it's not true. I played the demo, like, way the hell back in, like, the days of Xbox 360 downloadable demos. I played the demo back then, and I didn't think much of it, but I'd probably like it more now, is my guess. I've never really... I haven't really seen any gameplay. I just have to, like, give it a try. Maybe I'll do that. I'll take a look at my schedule, okay? Somebody post in, like, live stream, like, at me. So that when I go back and check Discord, tell me to look up, when I can try to do live streams for, like, Dragon's Dogma. Because we can work that in. We should work that in this year. Because it's like, okay... We'll do Dead Rising for March, or for April. No, March. Sorry, February to March will be Dead Rising. February to March will be Dead Rising. And then March 27th to indeterminate amount of time is going to be Monster Hunter Rise. So after Monster Hunter Rise, maybe would be a good time. Star Wars Episode X, Rise of the Dead. Don't know about that. I know nothing about this. Although I do think it would have been very based for whatever, the Rise of Skywalker to be like, the Rise of Skywalker to be like, oh, The Last Jedi was just a dream. That would have been very Kino. I would have like totally accepted that. That would have been great. You know that it's odd in the massive Indian strip, you never find a single Native American. They must have... Wait, what the fuck? I don't know what you're talking about. Can't post link to it here, but I put the patent in Discord. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't post links in chat. Want to use my pawn? Probably not. I came back to hear about Dragon's Dogma. Have you played it, Dave? I didn't think you played it. I will probably make my own pawns. Did I save? I did. I mean, I can just get I'll get Jasper after. What's the stupid thing? The motor oil. I think last time I tried this, it wasn't even that good, but I'll try it again. No. Why has YouTube sent me here? I have no idea. You clicked on it. I'm gonna stay here. Okay, cool.
Bring it on.
I can't do the run until I get the combo card, which costs like $6 million almost. I think there's like 3 million or whatever. YouTube has good taste. You only make one pawn. The other two have to either dev made or player made. Okay, whatever. We'll see what happens. Played Dragon's Dogma a fair bit. Probably got to the halfway point 3 times before getting bored and quitting. I like it a lot, but it's not for me. Okay, I get you. Yeah, somebody added me. I just saw what Rick posted. Whatever, let's just pretend we're listening to the Spider-Man 2 delivering pizzas theme. Actually, yeah, Frank looks like or Chuck looks like a literal demon right here. You do level quite a bit faster with just one pawn. Okay, that's interesting to note. The game is designed around you downloading other people's pawns online. That bothers me. Tell what pawns would break the game.
Original, exotic, and fresh. Yes, very fresh.
Oh my god, Thomas.
My readers? What are you talking about?
Mr. Aziz is gonna kill me. I'm not paying for those. If I flip the pizzas, Mr. Aziz is gonna flip out. Oh no. In general, if you grab a pawn around your level, you should be fine. It's preparing for the new Ghost Riders movie. Instead, the game does scale the downloaded palms down. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it'll just be one of those things. Just we'll figure it out as we go. Oh god. Oh my god, it's gonna be annoying. He's gonna hit me with his pan! Get panned! People are like, oh, get the burning skull. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, but if you get hit once, it just like sends it off of you. So now I have to pick it up again. And he's running to his spaghetti. Somebody ate my spaghetti. He's taking my thing with him. Yeah, I don't know how this is. It might be okay. It's just like, yeah, it's like so annoying to have to like get up and grab it again. If you had the combo card, this would be a lot better because you could do the run. We'll all get bonked, yeah. He looks like a reviewer. Wait, what? King of Cuisine versus the Icon of Sin. That's hilarious. Yeah. A food reviewer probably does look like a literal demon, doesn't he? Best answer is to make your pawn a healer. Yeah, I'd believe that. Knocked your block off. He definitely did. Oh my god. Why? The goose is getting cooked. Oh, I'm not even gonna bother talking to her right now. Now we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Do 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 do. Time to visit Hamburger Fiefdom. Yeah, I gotta get Jasper. Pretty sure there's dynamite here somewhere, and you can make Blambos, but I don't remember where. Me and Cinda. That's her. That's Cinda. Let's go.
Keep going.
Now I get my burning skull back. Very cool. How much does this even give me? Probably only gives me like 250 or something. To wait for him to die. Oh, 333. Oh, right, that's right. Because, yeah, combo card gives you 666. That makes sense. Hello, Mr. Wesley Dale. Hey, Sigurd. Did you find me a frog from the place of your people? It's people. Chef Dis has been foiled, yeah. He's eating people.
With me. Still there?
It's people. It's made out of people.
Keep it moving.
Someone who works in fast food. Falling into the fryer is actually a vibe. Yes. Very afraid.
Let's go.
Yeah, we just have to wait for Boom. We basically just have to wait for Boomtown. Sigurd, go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it like super late for you? Frog. Hey, there's a moose head. I guess I don't even need it. I would jump on it and use it. So 100% Fallen Order. Fallen Order didn't look too appealing to me, honestly. just like, oh, this guy seems trustworthy. Oh god! Oh, she slugged me, so there's that.
This way. Keep moving.
I guess we just run him home. Hey, a queen. This is the first. I think this might be the first queen I've picked up this game. I actually don't know if I've had any more queens.
Keep going. You go.
There's got to be a hidden survivor that I'm missing. Although, you know, maybe there isn't. Maybe there's not. Fallen Order is pretty good. You're not missing much if you don't want to play it. Yeah, I don't know. feel like Star Wars in general is just kind of like, whatever. Like, I used to be one of those guys. I mean, it's the same thing with Marvel, but it's like I used to like Star Wars a lot, and it's just like, oh, look at how they massacred my boy type thing.
Keep close.
Let's see if the ladies are there. What time is it? I feel like they're before Boomtown. They're either before Boomtown or I missed them. No, there they are. Ha! My mental mind. What time is it? 9:26 a.m. Look how smart I am. Eureka. Need a big, strong man to carry our boxes. Let's go, ladies! All aboard! All survivors are queens.
Keep close.
Not enough butter. Loads of butter. Loads of butter, loads of money. Here we go. Do 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 do. Send Dumpy. Yeah, where's Dumpy? Give Dumpy.
Still there?
No, I'll figure it out.
Move it.
I have to do a lot of research, more research instead of just like, lol, it's the frog's called Dumpy.
Follow me.
Shift just finished. I'm laying in bed. Nice.
Keep it moving.
Sigurd has a Dumpy frog, does he? He could just go snatch one out of the forest. Queens in Dead Rising 1 are a necessity, while in 2 they're not.
Stick with me.
I wouldn't say they're a necessity, they're definitely helpful. Like, you can rescue Pamela
Let's go.
without one, but makes it a lot easier. Like, a lot easier for sure. The 3 shopping survivors are pretty funny. Because they don't follow your orders, they literally will just stick by the package.
Don't fall behind.
Do 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 do. Felt the same way after Last Jedi. I liked 7 at first, after some pondering I've been to see how dumb it was.
Stick close.
Well, it's more like
Stick to me. Stay close.
J.J. Abrams in his mystery box. Just like he set it up. He set it up to be like open ended so that anyone could take over and put the series in whatever direction they wanted. And he had basically like a skeleton. It was basically a skeleton of a movie, right? Like he didn't put any effort into actually like making the characters good or anything. And then, you know, obviously like Last Jedi was like extremely polarizing for a lot of reasons. And then give it back to J.J. Abrams to try to like salvage the 3rd movie, which I haven't actually seen Rise of Skywalker yet. You know, honestly, I don't care to. I like literally don't care to. All according to Keikaku. 10 a.m. Well, I believe that's what the Koreans would call Ehon timing. This is a coincidence you got the driller card with all these women? Maybe. Very well, maybe. The Virgin looks into how to care for a frog versus the Chad Lamau Dumpy. Oh no, not the Bedingo, man. Star Wars game, really hit or miss, yeah. I mean, I like
Are you sure?
Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Knight 3 a lot.
But that's not possible.
But it's also like the Spider-Man games, right? Like, Spider-Man games are very hit or miss, too.
His own show.
Star Wars is probably the same boat.
I saw him with my own eyes.
So you say.
I've been told to tell you, Dragon's Dogma has a tanned French cutie patootie as a central character,
Ridiculous, Chuck.
and that will make you play the game.
It sounded like it came
That
from
may very well make me play the game.
Looks like someone might be messing with
That may be the turning point.
I can't tell who it is though. Then I'd better get
Probably took a lot of restraint for Dead Rising 2 devs not to put a massager combo weapon in the game. I mean, they did it in Dead Rising 2 off the record.
Or just really stupid.
Kodor might be back. Literally don't care about Kodor. I found Kodor 1 to be like insanely boring. Run for the money. Oh, here we go. I don't get the Kodor hype. I found Kodor 1 to be like insanely boring. I think I just don't like BioWare games. These days I get more worried when I hear a game is coming back or going back to its roots than excited. Yeah, I think that's very accurate, because I think what you and I, like what us gamers think of going back to the roots means one thing, and what devs think going back to the roots means is completely different. So yeah, I would be concerned. Rise of Skywalker was the Empire coming back, sending his army, the good guys to fight them, and Mary Sue killing them. Oops, I spoiled the ending. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's a good idea for a combo weapon. Combine a baseball bat with the car. What? I'd play Jedi Outcast again. Yeah, Jedi Outcast or Jedi Academy? Jedi Academy is the third one. I think Jedi Academy is the one we played most of. Wasn't the... Yeah, okay. So Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, is Kyle Katarn. And if you were playing Jedi Knight 3, your character was named Jaden because it was like a gender neutral name. Because your character could be a boy or a girl, and he could also be an alien, which is cool. Kill the younglings? Yes. Now that EA isn't the only company allowed to make Star Wars games, we might get a good game. I don't think so. Do you like Dead Rising 3? Not really. Hey, in your last stream of this game, you found a magazine that gets you a bit more PP for female survivor escorts. Do you remember it? Isn't that only in... It's only in Off the Record, is it? Maybe the Play... Oh, no, it's the Playboy mag in this. Yeah, I remember it. I mean, it's not worth picking up, honestly. I think I'd get it in passing in the original guide. Like, I'm probably gonna get to very close to 50, if not 50 by the end of this, so I'm not concerned. Be Jedi, kill younglings. Remember youngling, regret. No regrets. You just kill younglings. I actually want this, because it makes killing these girls really easy. This is the hero of the galaxy, Joshua. Kyle Katarn. Oh my god, Max. Yeah. Whatever. I don't put too much stock in any of that stuff.
Hello?
It's just a name. It's just a name. The filler episodes could you take anyways? Filler episodes of what? I would prefer 0. Shaggy. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Shaggy. The Clone Wars, the Geonosis scene where the clones invading was cool. I haven't really watched the Clone Wars. All I know about the Clone Wars is... Oh my god, this is so stupid. I just remember this because me and Max were talking about it. It's like whatever his name is. Like literally Darth Maul's brother, Savage Opress. Savage Oppressor. Could you be any more on the nose? Holy shit, dude. It's so stupid. We need a name for our villain. Savage Oppressor. No, you can't call him that. Okay, we'll pronounce it weird. We'll pronounce it Savage. Savage. The greatest generation, a Jedi of our generation, Robert. Very cool. Bob. Off the record, you have to, yeah. Well, Skywalker was never a subtle name either. True, but at least had some little, I don't know. It sounds futuristic and cool. Better than Starkiller. Starkiller sounds too Sauvage Opress. Let's put it that way, okay? Sounds a little too Sauvage Opress over here. Who are you people? Oh, that was easy. These suitcases. He's a loner. What do we call him? Solo, yeah. Where are your people? Very cool. Very Kino. Very important we know that Han Solo was named by some weird Imperial guy. Very cool. Very important to the lore. Very important to the lore. Darth Dave. Darth Rex. Skywalker is going to be Starkiller first, yeah. It's not a very heroic sounding name. It's got a French ring to it. Ugh. Got a hair in my mouth somehow. Kept George from making Darth Icky. Very cool. Just watch stream and get excited for next stream. Let's see how much of the stream I can tolerate. I was planning on trying to beat Dead Rising 2 today, but we'll see how much I can tolerate. Oh boy. And then especially fun if I actually... Well, I don't think... maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do off the record after. I'll probably do Dead Rising 3 next. I'll have to sync up with Thomas to do Case West. I have to figure out a good time for both. Mostly for him. When he's free, so we can do it. That's the Surfbot head. I know what that is. Oh, is there a Surfbot head? I missed it. I haven't put it on yet. That's when I got my name, Darth Huge Dick. Huh. Why do they call you that? Oh, you know. There's a reason for it. I'm an asshole. That's why they call me Darth Huge Dick. It's got nothing to do with the size of my balls. Darth Cum. Very cool. They should make Darth Big Cums next. I would be afraid of Darth Big Cums. Imagine just like minding your own business, like robbing a bank, and then some guy runs up with boxing gloves with knives strapped to them and kills all your friends. Just imagine, okay? Just imagine. You can't stop me. Oh no, I have to reload. You have the story of Darth Huge Dick the Wise. Darth Plagius the Wise. Darth the Evil. Reminds me of Space Wolves, and he goes, "How many assholes do we have on this ship?" And the whole crew salutes. That's pretty funny. There are still more goons. Can you say that? Isn't that offensive to somebody? I'll be fine, yeah. Fuck you. I'm fine. Wait, what? Where is Run for the Money? Do I actually have to listen to this first? Sorry about that. A zombie grabbed me. Yeah, I figured it was outside. Yeah, Run for the Money is actually like pretty easy in this one. It's a lot harder and off the record because guns actually do damage in that game. You're out here robbing a bank, and this fucking psychopath just starts rushing you with knife gloves. This literal unstoppable psychopath is running at you. He's gonna kill your whole friends and family. Jedi Master McPooped his pants. Jerry pooped his pants. What an idiot. No, they called him Count Dooku because Darth Dooku made them laugh. Count Dooku. Well, calling him Dooku at all was stupid. Because Dooku sounds like Dookie. And that's a big old turd. So whenever Obi-Wan's like, we need to find Count Dooku, it's like, we need to find Count Poop. I can take my motorcycle. Anime. Wait, oh, you talk about anime? Yeah, you missed it, Kenny. We were having a big discussion about how anime with filler is bullshit, and then people were getting mad at me that I had such a controversial opinion. So here, Kenny, what do you think when I say this? When I say people who like anime in general have low standards. What do you think of that? Because to me, that's a totally reasonable thing. And we're not talking about, like, obscure anime here. We're talking about, like, whatever, the seasonal release anime. Absolutely true. Thank you. Thank you for vindicating my opinion, Rick. I have a feeling that Kenny's gonna have the same opinion as me. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I don't think they ever made a single Japanese version of G.I. Joe. Anime doesn't even exist. Anime. How can things be real if anime is not real? Darth Dookie. Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho ended after Dark Tournament changed my mind. I don't think I can. I got that reference. Well, hello, I'm the principal. Did you hear about that, Jerry? I hear he pooped his pants. What an idiot. Derek comedy is so good. Should check out the Netflix Toys That Made Us or Transformers regarding G.I. Joe. In fact, I'd say all gamers have shit standards. Probably true. Ooh, here it is. Most people have low standards. The question is, do anime fans have lower standards than other fandoms? Now that's a good question. I would say that in general, gamers have pretty low standards too.
Not until now.
I do think the amount of bad anime probably...
So, you believe me now.
No, there's a lot of really bad games out there.
That's why they started this.
I don't know. Do gamers and anime fans
Your story.
have equally bad standards? It's totally possible.
I've got a meeting with my source tonight. I think maybe it's time we met.
Oh, so that cutscene was really bad on the 360.
Never gave up the source.
I'm surprised this runs so poorly, honestly. I don't know if it's because my 360 is old or what.
I'll meet you at
Or if this was just how it was when it released.
It's a date.
If we have fun, what does it matter? Because it matters, okay? Of course it matters. To answer your question, I see these channels that watch literally every seasonal anime every year, but I can't tell if that's because they need content or they legitimately want to watch everything. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because to me, like, all the seasonal anime is just, like, legit, like, half of it is just, like, you can discount it immediately as trash. Right? Like, I think that's safe to say that, like, easily half the anime that comes out, like, per season is bad and not worth watching. And there will occasionally be some, maybe some gem in there that's interesting, but most of it is, like, typical anime garbage is what I would call it. It's a whole nerd media mistake. It might very well be. Thank God she dropped that camera with all the evidence of Chuck killing those guys. Yeah, thank God. He said the line. Hello, Midnight. Oh. Hello, I'm new here. Midnight Club still canceled. Saws number 2. Cool. How's it going? Go play your 2 worlds and watch anime. 2 worlds? Where's even my cases, boy? Am I just supposed to... Where's my cases at? 11 a.m.? I'm sure something will come up at noon. Are we talking about Giguk as a channel that watches everything while sometimes being an anime fan sounds awful? Hey, that's Slappy. Okay. Everybody knows Slap. Do you know Slappy? Everybody knows Slappy. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't fathom watching all the anime that comes out every season because it just seems like it's like I said, easily half of it's immediately discountable as garbage. And then, like, the rest is, like, maybe somewhat okay, and then there's probably one or two that might be interesting for different reasons. They don't choose to have filler, they have to look at Full Metal Alchemist 2006. They didn't have filler in it, what made shit up and got weird. Yeah. But that's because the manga wasn't done yet. Which, again, is like, that's why most filler comes in. Most filler in anime comes in because they're using the manga as reference, and the manga's not finished yet. So they have to make up shit on the fly. So that's why there's Full Metal Alchemist, like the first one, and then there's Brotherhood afterwards. And Brotherhood actually follows it more closely, like pretty much 1-to-1. I don't know, I didn't hate what they did with the ending to the original Full Metal Alchemist. My points of reference are probably messed up. I don't watch what all the other anime fans are watching. You might not even be able to categorize me as an anime fan by that metric. Very cool. Based, not an anime fan. Very cool. I respect it. Like, I'm watching a 1980s anime about a volleyball right now, but I seriously don't anyone watching Attacker U from 1982. I guess. But there's a bunch of sports anime from modern times, right? There's potentially some overlap. Before that, I was looking into an anime that didn't exist, so I'm probably not the right person to talk to. Looking into animes fabricated from from your mind. Very cool. I just want to watch anime movies, man. That's what I want to watch. I want to watch not shit anime movies. This is one of the first games I ever played. Damn, dude. Making me feel like a boomer. Like the original FMA ending. Yeah, I think the original FMA ending worked okay. The new one is probably better. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I watched the old one. And the new one is a little more fresh in my mind. I mean, both of them were pretty short. I think the original was like 52 episodes or something. And most of them were really good. And then the original... Or then Brotherhood came out and it was... They did some stuff better and I think some stuff worse, but it's like you're basically like recapping the first whatever, however long it was. It's like basically the same start and kind of middle. And things are a little different, but it's like pretty much the same story a second time, which is going to make it a bit weird to watch. This should be Wilted Flower. Yep. Yep. Read the entire Demon Slayer manga. It's fine. It's not bad. It's readable. Sounds very, very based. I trust your opinions on anime. It'd be very interesting to get a guy who is like a film or TV critic but never watched any anime to like watch anime and criticize it as if it was like TV or film. That would be very interesting to me. Because I bet you a lot of it would like overlap my opinions on anime. 2006 FMA had what felt like almost like a grounded ending as opposed to the Brotherhood's I'm going to fight God / my dad, which is the most Japan thing I can think of. Yeah, well, it's not wrong, honestly. Not necessarily God per se, but a godlike being in context of the world, yes. Which is kind of hilarious, now that I think about it. Very, very hilarious. And yes, not quite my dad, but my dad. It is pretty anime. I don't know, I kind of like the ending of 2006's. I think it's I think Max is pretty right. It's not necessarily just I don't know. I mean I guess it's a bit more melancholy too, because it's not like just like a universal good ending. Because Brotherhood had like a I would say like quote unquote like a universal like happy ending. For the most part, like it was pretty good. It was definitely a lot lighter than the original one. So the answer to your question, I guess most people who consider themselves anime fans watch 3 to 5 shows then move on to new things. I don't see many people actively looking for interesting old stuff. That's the stuff I think is probably better, honestly. Because you're probably getting a lot more experimental stuff because people don't necessarily know about everything. Like you didn't, like you were, I mean it was fairly new at the time in like the 70s. So you're looking at actually having some experimentation. Granted, there's some shit from the 70s, like fucking Violence Jack is just garbage. So, you know. Actually, was Violence Jack in the 70s? It was, right? They had a run in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Oh, the OVA was released in 1986? Holy fuck. Violence Jack is, like, actually trash, though.
I'm Slappy. Everyone knows Slappy.
That's how I try to do my videos, actually. Assume nobody knows what I'm talking about, so I try to be as general audience as possible. Probably a good way to do it, because, yeah, most anime fans are probably like what you say. Like, 90s at the earliest. Don't even remember Full Metal Alchemist. I watched that well over 10 years ago. Like 2006 over Brotherhood. Yeah, 2006 is a little, yeah, I think Max is right. It's a little more grounded. A little more, little more melancholy. Have you watched One Piece, Filmzy? I have watched zero One Piece. Actually, that's not true. In our drafting class, I watched the episode with a kid in my class. I watched the episode where Luffy fights Crocodile? What was his name? Basically, Luffy blows up into a balloon and he punches a guy through a ceiling. That's all I've seen of One Piece. 2006 was hella dark. Turn your brother into a Philosopher's Stone bomb. Edward, now do it. Yeah, that's right. And then the ending is like Ed and Al get separated, which is kind of hilarious. And then they like end up in like Nazi Germany, which is also funny. Very, very hilarious. And yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you know, the implications of 2006 and Conqueror of Shambhala are actually quite horrifying when you think about it. We've succeeded. We have successfully beat Slappy, by the way. We win. I have to pay attention though, so I can't read chat right now. Slappy's just an incel. No. He's a gamer denied his waifu. That's not an incel. He's a gamer, just like us. The most oppressed group of all. Get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. Let me go. Let my people go. Rip Slappy's girlfriend, yeah, she gone. She gone, buddy. Violence Jack was the 80s, yeah. I think like the original quote-unquote like manga was like the 80s, but the OVA was like late 80s. And Violence Jack is like legitimately terrible. It's just like, it's basically smut. Those two Devilman OVAs are legit as fuck, yeah. Also, FMA is one of those animes where the dub is actually good. That's also true. I don't know. There was good, or at least like decent dubs. Slappy just an incel. Slappy just wanted GF, exactly. Might have been Gecko. He didn't have Gear 3rd when he fought Crocodile. I literally don't know. I think he was wearing a white coat. Like I said, he punched a guy through a rock ceiling. They were like underground. And there was a guy covered in bandages. Like, wait, what? Did they not give me the flamethrower? There it is. There's like a guy covered in bandages, like completely covered in bandages, like head to toe. I have a booze. Okay. Violence Jack is technically a spin-off of Devilman. Is it actually? No way. That's bonkers. But yeah, I mean, Devilman's got a terrible ending too, so. A terrible ending that basically makes it feel bad that you even watch the series. Prince of Egypt, maybe. Prince of Egypt is good shit, though. I like that shit. Prince of Egypt is, like, legitimately a good movie. Despite the fact that it's technically animated. And it has, like, kind of like a Disney look to it. It's actually really good. And it doesn't even matter that it's got, like, heavy religious overtones, because it's the story of Moses. It's just a good story. Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece, whatever. Devilman Extended Universe is nuts. That's actually hilarious. The Slappy and honorary gamer, definitely. Luffy will do anything for his Nakama. Very cool. Very cool. It's like episode 120 of One Piece where Luffy fights Crocodile. That's the only episode I've seen. So yeah, if he blows himself up into a balloon to launch himself into the sky to punch a guy through a ceiling, that's the episode I saw. I liked the ending of Devilman. It's just so... It's just dour, man. It's just like, okay. It's just nothing. Look into it. Amon is technically Devilman masquerading as someone else. He takes on 3 forms. Sometimes he's a kid. I mean, I guess that would make sense, all things considered. Like, considering what Violence Jack actually does in that series. Like, yeah. Like, is it like the first movie? They, like, literally, like, they, like, dig him out after, like, 40 years being buried under a bridge or whatever. I guess that checks out then. So yeah, I'll give you that. Violence Jack is technically Devilman. Okay. That's cool. Well, I didn't know that, but yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Violence Jack. I hear One Piece is ending in 3 to 2 years. How long's it been going for? Like 30? It's not. And there's Devilman Lady too. It's not even a bittersweet ending, it's just a down ending. Yeah, it's like the whole world gets blowed up. Which is like, yeah, okay. Very cool. He said that 6 times that One Piece is going to end in 5 years, but when the day comes, it's still publishing, so I'm trusting him anymore when he says that, yeah. I'm sure he's saying that to keep people invested, like, oh, it's going to end, so keep paying attention. And then it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, my contract got renewed. The funny thing about Devilman is the ending forces the creator to always end the series on the apocalypse. He literally wrote himself into a corner. Now that's pretty hilarious. And that's really unfortunate, because there's not really anything you can do with that. And after you see it once, it's going to feel bad. I've only read the manga and seen the OVAs. Devilman Crybaby is okay. But I think it was you who said he didn't like the art style. But I didn't hate Devilman Crybaby. It was fine. Why is it desyncing so much? Might have to switch controllers. What I might end up doing, actually... What I might end up doing is just like taking the sticks from this controller and putting them on the other one. I do think that One Piece will end within the next 5 years this time. It's setting things up. Oh, well, whatever. Yu Yu Hakusho, Fullmetal Alchemist, DBZ, Inuyasha, Naruto, Part 1 has great dubs. Yeah, and Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop has No. Yes, Bebop has a good one, but I was actually thinking, why did I say Cowboy Bebop? What's the other one? Yeah, Cowboy Bebop has a good dub, and Samurai Champloo has a good dub too. I would probably watch those dubbed over subbed. And I'm not one of these guys who's like, I can't read subtitles. I watch everything with subtitles. And like Dragon Ball Z is like the big one. Like, I would not watch Japanese Dragon Ball, like, ever. I would always watch it dubbed. I would never watch Dragon Ball not in English. Just because of, like, very bad casting choices. Or, I guess, ongoing casting choices. Parappa the Rapper is the best anime. I think I actually got rid of my Parappa the Rapper, too. I might still have Jammer Lammy, though. Still have tons of islands to visit. Doubt he can finish that in 5 years. I don't know. He probably can if he really wants to. Listen, anything's possible if you put your mind to it. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. Remember that stage was on a demo disc. The first one. Subs are fine, but only when there's no action going on. You don't want to be reading when a fight is happening. That's true-ish. But I'd feel like most anime wouldn't have tons of dialogue during fight sequences. And if they did, they'd like force a stop to do the dialogue and then get back to fighting. I feel like that's just kind of a thing they would do. Okay, what are we doing? What time is it? 2 p.m. Japanese dubbed Piccolo still makes me laugh. Well, it's more of the fact that Goku in Japanese is terrible. I legit don't understand that casting decision. So my Parappa 2, then my game started bought it for like $35. Dude, nice. I mean, I like Parappa the Rapper too. But like, I'm not a huge rhythm gamer. I think the Parappa games are fun. 2 is probably better than 1, like from a gameplay standpoint, because 1 is like super janky. Like, it's like it doesn't actually like work when you do the button prompts in the right time. It's really weird. 2 behaves a lot more like you'd expect it to. Plus, there's also Hair Scare, which is very cool. I think the creator of Devilman Crybaby was trying to create the Neon Genesis Evangelion ending. I would very much doubt that, because Devilman like 100% is older than Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like, Devilman's like from like the 80s, the 70s or 80s probably, and Neon Genesis Evangelion is like the 90s. So very cool. Very cool. I remember watching a playthrough of Jammer Lammy. Yeah. A spin-off of Parappa. She's part of Parappa's backing band. Westlake's based Hair Scare? Very cool. Hair Scare is the best one, dude. It's like the best one because it has like really the good song, and it has like all these people looking fucking terrified as their hair is dyed like stupid colors, and it like getting like cut into an afro and stuff. It's good. It's good, man. It's just good. It's just good. Shit's one hell of an acid trip. Yeah, it goes weird. Parappa the Rapper's fun too, because it's like I gotta get my driver's license. Parappa anime VHS tapes are like 1 yen each. Wait, what? There's actually a Parappa anime? I thought you were kidding. That's actually pretty hilarious. Huh, what are we looking for? What would be coming up next? Here Comes the Groom. I don't even know. Like, we have to do Randy at some point. I think what's his name doesn't show up until nighttime. I've an Odin man myself. Yeah, I'm not a big rhythm gamer. Rick is probably more into that kind of stuff. And maybe guys like Dave. Dave's like an arcade kind of guy, I think. I don't know. Rhythm just was never my thing. I like a few rhythm games, but for the most part, it's like not really. You know, it's real. No, I didn't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense because like the in-game cutscenes are basically like a really light anime. Like it's just like, you know, the thing. Rhythm Heaven is great. I'm more of a fan of big, but Hair Scare is good too. I like Hair Scare. That's my favorite one. Cut the cut. Snip the snip. Oh god, I'm gonna die because I'm talking about Hair Scare. I'm not paying attention to my HPs. My HPness. We are white people, we don't have the rhythm. The saddest reality of all. Oh, you can make knife gloves in here? Very based. I am the rhythm. Feel the rhythm of the night. Ooh woo woo. Project Diva stole my soul. I don't know what that is. Get that dynamite, baby. My parents gave me the Donkey Konga set for GameCube. I played it a couple times and that was what it was. What a waste, yeah. I mean, I'm the same kind of way. I played a lot of Guitar Hero, actually, when it came out. And then I just ended up giving away all my stuff because I was like, this takes up so much space. Like, we had like 4 guitars. We had like Rock Band, like the drums and the mic stand and stuff. And it was just like, this just takes up like so much space. Just takes up so much space and it's just not nice to hold on to it. So I got rid of it all. I do not regret it even slightly. I'm totally fine with it. Huh. What are we waiting for? Like, do we just have time to kill? It's possible, I guess. I didn't think we had this much time to kill, but, you know, whatever. I guess I'll go grab... What's even in here? Holy Arms? I could get a Holy Arms. I could do that. Cut the cut. Snip the snip. Remember that rabbit game from the creator of Parappa the Rapper? Tried to kickstart that went nowhere. No, I don't actually. Oh, is there not anything in here? Oh, there's a training sword here. Does Dead Rising run well on Steam? Dead Rising 1 runs fine. You may encounter a glitch where Brad's body disappears while trying to do the first case, which happened to me, but I reinstalled it and played it again and it was fine, so I can't tell you if that's something unique to me or not, but I should go get the combo card right now. I think it's over here. Pit Fighter or whatever. The Retro Game Store, they're selling a PS2 Guitar Hero controller for like $40. Yeah. My stuff was all on 360. Oh, sorry, it's Pit Viking. My bad. It was like double my PP. But yeah, it was all 360 stuff. But yeah, like $40 for one of those controllers is fucking laughable. Those things are probably like still so easy to source if you really wanted one. I'm sure there are tons of people getting rid of it because like they were very plentiful, and I'm sure people just like don't want to. Probably in exactly the same situation I was in, where you just want to store it anymore because it's so big. I have no idea what else the Parappa people made. Me neither, actually. But it doesn't matter. Because who cares? Okay, getting rid of my Rock Band stuff. But yeah, it just took up too much space. I feel the same about DDR. Yeah. Well, I don't think my brother sent it to me, but there's like you can get like a DDR dance mat that's like soft and it folds up. But yeah, if you wanted like a hard DDS, like a DD one, like a hard DDR thing, it'd be like, yeah, it would be very difficult to find the space for it. And this is from somebody who owns a Neo Geo MVS arcade machine. Like I don't think it's feasible for most people to own like really big stuff. Picked up a 360 Guitar Hero controller wired for about $8. Yeah. Yeah. That's like what we did. We got it on 360. So yeah, I legitimately think that the PS2 one is probably more rare than the 360 one, honestly. Because PS2 was kind of on the outs when Guitar Hero 2 came out. And 360 was on the rise. And then you got like Rock Band and Guitar Hero 3 and stuff. I mean, would I even enjoy playing Guitar Hero 2 again? Honestly, probably not. I probably would hate it, honestly. Which is funny, because I played so much of it when I was in high school. I probably would just hate it now, which is pretty hilarious to think about. Remember when the voice actor for Parappa scammed a bunch of people? What? No, what happened? I've seen the torso glitch happen to other people, so it's probably pretty common. Yeah, I don't know. I think someone came in and said that it was based on how fast you beat Carlito. So it's like the second time I fought him, I had done the... I just let the case lapse. Or sorry, I got the real Mega Buster and I just instantly shot him. So it might be related to how fast you beat Carlito. But I don't know if that's true. I haven't tested it and I'm probably not going to. Like, it might just be a hardware thing. It might be a speed thing, I don't know. I just know if it happens to you, you should probably just reset and try again or something. Did you get past through the fire and flames on Guitar Hero 3? No. I don't think so. I might have on, like, hard, but probably not on expert. I really should get Steam. You don't have Steam? The most basic of online PC platforms? I don't know why they got it either, just to have it, I guess. I mean, it can be fun, like we used to play it with a lot of, well, girls would come over and we'd play it, basically. It was like it was a good casual party game for everybody. And we had the same thing, like Dave was saying. We had like a DDR mat that my brother basically bought for his girlfriend to play DDR with, and it was like one of those soft DDR mats. So it's always something like that. But like Guitar Hero and Rock Band now I wouldn't bother with. It's just the controllers are too big, they're too cumbersome. And like if you're not going to use the stupid controller, if you're not going to use the stupid guitar controller, like what's even the point in playing? Because otherwise it's basically a subpar rhythm game. It doesn't really have anything fun about it besides listening to music you may or may not enjoy. Get Epic for free game. That's also a good thing. I only use GOG. Oh, that's funny. I don't think I've bought a single thing from GOG. Although I respect what they're doing for the most part. Even though they are owned by CD Projekt Red. Who laughably ruined their own game's launch. Free games you'll never play. Very cool. Let's boil some water. People make getting Steam so difficult. That's pretty funny. I understood that reference. Boiling water? What?
Let's kick some ass.
I must have missed somebody. This is weird. I don't recall there being such a big lull of time here. But what do I know? I mean, I feel like I should get a call at like 5 o'clock or something. I feel like it's going to be Randy. There's probably a hidden survivor. I feel like it's not the Tape It or Die crew. However, it could be the Tape It or Die crew. CD Projekt Red is only recently on the shit list, but GOG is unironically good, yeah. I know. I just like to take pot shots at people who are already down. So upset by this. I bought LA Noire remastered digitally and got stuck on a level, so I tried to refund it, but then realized there was a limit on when you can refund it, so I lost 20 bucks. Unfortunate. What's the most interesting thing people don't know about the Dead Rising series? I don't know. That's a tough one to answer. Kind of stumped me. That's a hard one to answer, man. I don't know. That the series was wrecked after 2. Like Capcom Vancouver. Dead Rising deep dive win. I mean, what would we talk about? Hey, remember when Capcom Vancouver ruined Dead Rising forever? I mean, I'd have to look into a lot of stuff. I guess potentially I could interview some people since I live in the area. And I could probably hunt down some former developers. But whether or not I want to do that is basically, no, I don't. Although I was, like I said, I've been looking for an Xbox One for a while, right? I think I shared it with, like, Thomas and Dave. But there was a guy... there was a guy who worked at Capcom Vancouver who was selling his Xbox. Like, it was his, like, basically, if you were, like, a game developer... at like Xbox One's launch, you could have like ordered like a special Xbox, and this guy was selling his like Xbox One launch edition with his copy of Dead Rising 3 that he basically like bought as like, you know, because it's like he worked on the game, right? And he was selling it. Yeah, he remembers the Craigslist post, and it was like, damn, dude, I hope this guy's like not like destitute now, and he's like selling like off all his stuff. He might have just been bitter and like didn't want to look at it or something, you know. It's possible that like, my guess is he was more just like bitter with how like Capcom Vancouver ended up. That's my guess. He's like just mad about that rather than he's like trying to stay afloat. You hating on Dead Rising 3 as God's gift as? I don't hate it that much. It's just easier to tell people I don't like it than to go into like the nuances of the argument as to why. People just go, do you like X? And I say yes or no. Because that's easier than explaining why I don't like Dead Rising 3. It's just like, I don't like it that much. Is Joe Nichols the guy from that meme you posted, Rick? Yeah, it was... That Craigslist post was kind of sad, but also, like... My hope is that the guy was just, like, mad about how Capcom Vancouver just, like, went under. My guess is that he was just angry with, like, management and stuff, and he didn't want anything to do with it anymore. At least that's my hope. Yes, that's him. Okay. I'll hunt him down. I just picture it like a Weird Al interview. I'm just like, or like Between Two Ferns or something, where I'm asking him like questions that are like 100% going to offend him. I think I don't know, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd like to think that I'm a better person than that I wouldn't just like go into an interview with the expectation that I'm going to antagonize somebody. But I'd kind of want to on some weird level, you know? I feel like I'd be like, I could do that. And I kind of want to, but I don't think I would. Generally, I feel like I'm polite and nice. I'm not going to be a dick to somebody for no reason unless they're playing an online game with me. Hunt down the Nicholas. Maybe it can be a Christmas special, huh? Finding St. Nicholas. He deserves it. You deserve it. You get what you fucking deserve. No. I would be interested in getting his side of the story, though. The problem with getting, like, one side of the story is that you only get one side. Like, you'll never know. Because he's probably, like, if I talked to him, he'd probably tell me that, like, Capcom or whatever was, like, super unreasonable. Alright, the whole reason I came over here. He'd probably tell me stuff like Capcom was being unreasonable. Which may be true, but it's also like, well... Was Capcom being unreasonable? I have no way to, like, verify that, you know? It's basically how it would go. You basically have to take him at his word. Sushi and beer. The zombies don't put up much of a fight. No, they don't. In Dead Rising 2, like... Dead Rising 2 is probably, like, the easiest game in the series by quite a margin, honestly. They amped up the zombies quite a bit in Dead Rising 3. Alright. I'm not gonna do this, because I'm questioning whether or not the Tape It or Die crew is up. I can't remember their timeline. It seems like it would be around now. And now. Like to enjoy and are drawn to something. Ironically, I do want to hear what he has to say. On the flip side, I'd want Capcom head office uncut take, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get the whole story from one party, so yeah, you'd have to talk to multiple people. Zombies are more of an obstacle. The real enemy is the time limit, yeah. Basically, you have... Yeah, I mean, that's always how Dead Rising... That's how Dead Rising was supposed to be. Apparently, certain individuals disagreed with that, yeah. So here comes the groom. So that's Randy. It's Randy! Any hope for Dead Rising 5? I hope it doesn't come out. I legitimately hope they, like, either kill the series and just let it stay dead, or they just, hard reset it, one of the two. And I don't think anything's gonna happen. Doesn't Tape It or Die? I don't actually remember. Like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna check, but I don't remember. Not that it really matters. I was basically killing time anyways. Lol, yeah, I mean, it's legitimately like I hope it doesn't happen. And it's not out of malice or whatever. It's just like, you've proven to me over the course of like 3 games that you don't know what you're doing. And since you've proven that to me, I have no faith that you can do it. I mean, like, so look at it this way, right? I think I mentioned this briefly when Thomas wasn't here yesterday, but you don't have Capcom Vancouver to develop it anymore, right? So who's going to develop Dead Rising 3 or Dead Rising 5 / Dead Rising Reboot, right? Like, who is going to make it? This is the $1 million question, right? Who is going to make it? So the options are Capcom Vancouver is out. Capcom Vancouver does not exist anymore. So the dedicated Dead Rising team no longer exists. So your options are the following. You do it in-house, as in Capcom Japan makes it, just like they did the first game. Whatever it's called. Some studio in Capcom or owned by Capcom makes it. And the alternative option is you outsource it to a random company not affiliated with Capcom. Which, you know, if Thomas is here, he knows where this is going. Which is what Konami did with Silent Hill, right? Where they would sit there and they would just outsource game development to all these Western studios, right? Instead of developing it in-house. So, neither of those options seems good. Because you gotta think, like, the people who actually made Dead Rising are not at Capcom anymore. Like, Kaiji Inafune was like the guy championing the Dead Rising cause, right? He's not there anymore. And I'm sure a lot of the developers are not there either. They probably moved on to other projects or whatever. So you now have a scenario where like nobody... You just don't really have anybody who's working on it, and probably nobody who's like overly interested in working on it. Because post Dead Rising 1, all the series, like all the games in the series were made by Capcom Vancouver / Blue Castle. So you probably don't have anybody there who like legitimately cares about the series that much, honestly. And then you've got no Western studio to make it anymore, so you're gonna have to outsource it. And then you're gonna do things like cost analysis, see how the game did, and see how all the previous games did, and figure out whether or not it's even worth it to develop it. You're gonna do projections and all these other things. You're gonna have talks with, you know, Microsoft or whatever if they want it as an exclusive and all that garbage. And the answer they're probably going to come to is no. It's my guess. Right? That's my guess, is they're gonna come to the conclusion that it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and it's not worth the investment, and it's not worth even pursuing, is my guess. They already brought Frank back, turned him into a zombie and turned him back. Just bring it out back and give it the old Yeller treatment. Yes. Unironically, yes. Pretty much. It's basically like there's nothing left. And anything that was there is no longer here. Have they keep bringing the series back from the dead? That'd be poetic. Oh god, it'd be terrible. Especially with 5, there's like quite literally nowhere else you go to the series, because the idea of smart zombies is just stupid. And it set this horrible precedent for the rest of the series. That should never have ever... that never should have made it to fruition, yet here we are. Heard Silent Hill, I'm sad. Oh no, the Czechs, yeah, they're coming. The Czechoslovakians. They're coming to ruin another IP. Watch out. Watch out. They're coming. If they go for a reboot, what would you want to see? Nothing. You have to go like hard back to basics. Like improvised weapons. Like you ditch combo weapons entirely. Like you just say fuck that. It's stupid. Heard Silent Hill and I'm sad. Hilarious. Don't understand why they advertised Frank so much in Dead Rising 4 and at the end of the game they killed him. Because Frank's the main character. Why wouldn't you advertise your main character? Unless you're trying to do some like stupid ass Kojima ruse cruise. Where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna give you a demo and stuff where you play as Snake, and then it's like, oh yeah, you're Raiden now, idiot. Dude, sounds like the game development just sucks. No, that's like any company, right? You like every company is gonna run the numbers and see whether or not they think it's worthwhile. And well, that's for like a long-running series. Like if you're pitching like a new IP to the people, they're probably gonna do the same thing too. They're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna run the numbers on this. We're gonna do focus groups and all that garbage, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this, we think there might be something here. We gotta look at from Capcom Japan's perspective, like it's probably not really any reason to bring Dead Rising up. Especially now, because it's like, okay, we got Resident Evil. We have like multiple Resident Evil games going, probably. Right? So you've like Resident Evil and Dead Rising kind of compete with each other in a little bit of a way. Like they're the same kind of thing. It's like zombie games. Right? Undead, you're dealing with stuff like that. So there's I wouldn't say there's like a ton of competing with yourself, but there might be a little bit, right? Where if you've got a consumer sitting there going like, okay, there's Resident Evil or Dead Rising. They're both from Capcom. It's like, which one am I gonna buy? I'm gonna, before we fight, what's his name? I'm gonna be right back again. So I'll be right back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. Anyone say anything? Not really. Don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next product. Quite literally, yes. Quite literally, yes. Game development sounds like the worst possible job you can have. Well, there are problems with the industry for sure. But it's probably not the worst job you can have. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a desk job. Which is different than, like, you know, you're not doing hard labor. Like, you're not working in a mine or something that would be, like, actually difficult. You know? I mean, well, I don't want to undercut that, I guess. Well, it's hard to say, okay? There's different kinds of hard jobs, right? There's physically demanding jobs, and there's, like, mentally demanding jobs. And I know some people like to do physically demanding jobs that aren't overly thought-provoking, because you can just think about your own stuff. But then there's, like, mentally taxing jobs, so, like, you're not getting, like, exercise in the same way, but you're just, like, mentally exhausted, because you're You're really focused on doing this job that requires you to think a lot. You can't really think about your own stuff or think about stuff you like. So it's not gonna be, no job's gonna be perfect, but I think in terms of game development jobs, it's probably one of the nicer jobs. You also get paid quite a bit, from what I understand. Don't ditch combo weapons, just make them tasteful. Incorrect opinion. They need a downside. The problem with this is that there's just no fucking downside to combo weapons. It's quite literally just, as soon as you get access to the maintenance rooms, all you use is combo weapons. Like, you may as well not even have regular weapons in this game, because you're just going to use a combo weapon, because it's like, why? Well, they do more damage. So combo weapons do more damage. They give you PP for kills. Oh my god. Is this really happening to me? I'll just stand and fight them. They give you PP for kills. Like, they're better damage. They usually have like equivalent durability. There's like literally no downside. The only downside you could say, if there is one, is that you have to get them. Like, you have to get one. Like, you have to make them with like 2 weapons, which I would barely constitute as a downside. Is Randy our guy? Yes. Randy is literally our guy. Like, I don't know, if you wanted to make combo weapons work, you'd have to make them, like, extremely limited. Like, okay, let's say you could get a baseball bat and put nails in it to make it a spike bat. And let's say if you did that, it gave you more damage, but it lowered your durability or something, so it broke more easily. Like, that would be a reasonable trade-off. But as they stand now, the implementation is like, there is literally no reason to ever use a regular weapon in this game as soon as you get access to maintenance rooms. It's a little known fact. If you have a gun, shooting Randy in the piggy makes him stun for a bit. Yeah, you shoot him in the dick. Yeah, see? See, everyone says Chuck has no personality, but he's the one who does the one-liners. Frank is not the guy with the one-liners. Chuck's the one with the one-liners. Oh, look at that. This is actually important. So apparently, for the eating all the food in Fortune City, you're supposed to eat all the spoiled food. But I'm pretty sure only spoiled hamburger is the one you need. I'm sure it's like a thing where it's just like spoiled hamburger is the only one that matters. You need to use this. Did she join? She did, right? Can I give her this? That'd be cool. I didn't think so. We're getting hunched over. Chuck comes in with the dad jokes. Yeah, like... Everyone seems to think Frank's the one with the jokes, but it's Chuck. And the only reason Frank has them is because Frank ended up being written by Blue Castle, who apparently made Chuck and Frank the same person. So... you know, that's something to take note of. When Rick said piggy, I thought he meant any part of Randy. No, he's got that little piggy on, like, his belt line. Chuck is an action hero manual. I mean, if you look at Frank in Dead Rising 1 and compare him with Chuck, like, Chuck has way more personality. I think we've talked about this a little bit, because it's like... Frank has very little personality. And all of the lines that people like that are, like, memed on are not meant to be, like, meme-y lines. They're meant to be, like, totally serious. Now that's Dead Rising trivia. It's the same thing with, actually, I'm trying to think. Well, I guess that's more dead. I mean, that's more Dark Souls trivia. It's like if you shoot Quelaag in her titty, in her human body, it stuns her. It's the same thing as that. Fortunately, no one would know that because why the fuck would you use a gun in this game? Combo weapons are king. Yeah, exactly. Rick knows. Because, yeah, why would you? I literally do this. Guns are actually somewhat reasonable at times, but here's the problem. I'll show you on the map right now. Well, I would if the game would load. If the game would load. The Frank is sassy with Brad in the food court after the first Carlito fight. Yeah, he's a little sassy. I'll give you that. Okay, where to get a gun? Here, right? Gun here. That's shotguns, sniper rifles, pistols. Where get combo weapon? Well, you just have to look for one of these, right? It's like the exact same way, like the exact same problem that Dead Rising 1 had. Where to actually get a gun, it's like so out of the way. Like they made the hunting shack like intentionally out of the way. So you couldn't easily have access to guns. And it's the same thing in this game, there's just not that many guns. And sure, you can grab a Merc assault rifle or whatever, but for the most part it's just use combo weapon. Make combo weapon. Me unga me bunga combo weapon. No, you have to fight and kill all the zombies. Queen go squish. Exactly. Me unga me bunga. Me make combo weapon. So look, like in Dead Rising 1, you could get like shopping carts and shit that did the same thing as this, right? But imagine I would get like 200 PP, a zombie, for doing this, right? Like the benefit of doing this is that it's fast. It gets you through the area faster. But now I get through the area faster and I get PP, so why wouldn't I? And it contributes to the kill count. Like these are things that you gotta think about.
Let's go.
You know? And it gets even worse in Dead Rising 3. Like Dead Rising 3 is laughable in terms of like standard weapons versus combo weapons. Like Dead Rising 3 actually gets insane with how much more important combo weapons are. Like you could do a no combo weapon playthrough of this and it wouldn't be that hard. Like you saw how I killed what's his name, right? How I killed Slappy. Like I could kill Slappy like that unarmed. It would take a lot longer, but I could do it unarmed. And the same thing with Randy. I could just run him around till he gets tired and then like kick him. Or hit him with like a sledgehammer or something. But combo weapons are just easier. It's like not feasible to do that in Dead Rising 3 like at all. Because combo weapons are just so important to the game. So ingrained into the game, you basically can't use them. Anything else? Don't want to end it here. I kind of do. How much more do we have? I just see case file. Case 5, case 6. Where did I start today? Started here. I think we played like an hour and a half, 3 hours. Is it possible to beat Dead Rising 2 without combo weapons? It's like 100% yes. I think we're going to call it there today. I'll try to finish tomorrow. And then I don't know what we'll do on Saturday. Probably Dead Rising 3. How often do you stream? This is the first one I found. It's usually Fridays and Saturdays in the evening, but we're streaming more often this month because I decided we were gonna stream a lot of Dead Rising this month. So yeah, this month we'll probably be streaming like almost every day. Make the clickbait vid. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna call it there for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll probably be on tomorrow, maybe a bit later tomorrow. Maybe not. I need to finish Dead Rising 2, so maybe it'll be whatever. We'll just go until we finish, and then we'll start Dead Rising 3 on Saturday, likely. And then I'll figure out a time to do Case West with Thomas and such. So yeah, thanks for watching, and probably tomorrow, and we'll see you when we see you.